podcast.
We need to start the podcast?
We need to start the podcast.
Are you telling me we need to start the podcast?
Hello and what's up, everybody?
Shut up. I'm going to play the thing.
Oh, yeah.
We don't have to share with Eamon because he's being annoying.
This is the Annoy Pod.
All about the power of being annoying and things that are.
So that was my genuine reaction. I'd never heard that. It's very good. Thank you.
You like
Thank
that?
you. Yeah, thank you for making the intro for today, Ember.
I made that very quickly right before you picked me up.
Hell yeah. It's turned out good.
You should adjust the mic because if you're going to want to face me, you want the tip of it right on the lips. You can move it.
Like this.
Is that comfortable?
Like this.
No.
Oh. All right.
You can move the base of it. There you go.
Like that.
Is that better
Yeah.
for you? Okay, I'm gonna slate for the video.
Okay.
All right. So welcome to the first episode of the Annoy Pod. We're your hosts, Ember and Eamon.
I'm Eamon.
And I'm Ember. And I guess I wanted to do this podcast with you because we are siblings.
Mm-hmm.
So we are very particularly predisposed to understand the concept of being annoyed and annoying, being on both sides of it.
Very true. You have annoyed me throughout my whole life, and I'm sure that I have done the same to you.
Have I really?
No, but it's.
No, I feel
I thought it would be like. Sometimes you're annoying.
You want to start on a lie?
Ember, they don't know.
I think that's true. Sometimes I have been annoying to you.
We've had so many opportunities.
We've
to
had
annoy each
so many
other,
opportunities to annoy each other.
You know?
Okay, so I guess I wanted to kind of start by, because I think this podcast would be easy to fall into a hole where we're just like, and now what's the most annoying thing we can do? And now what's the most annoying? And like, then we'll just get really nihilistic. But I'm really interested in, and this sounds like the most annoying thing to say. I'm really interested
great.
In the metaphysics.
Dude, let's fucking talk about it. This is what I was thinking about this morning when I was like, what the heck are we going to talk about being annoying? And I thought, well, let's pick apart being annoying. That sounds pretty annoying.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
So here's my thought. I'm just going to dive right in. Okay?
Let's go.
Okay, so
Splish splash.
I was thinking, my thought started off as when I think of annoying, the first thing that comes to mind is the sense of hearing or sound. I think that out of our five senses, five basic ones, has the most potential to be the one that conveys annoyingness. Because I mean, tastes aren't annoying. Sights can be annoying, but for the most part, it really is it's like a touch, or it's.
Yeah, I was going to
say smell
say
isn't annoying.
The only one that I think really rivals sound would be touch. Yeah, like a light, when there's a tiny little piece of something sharp in your clothes.
Awful.
And it just brushes the same part of your skin over and over, but it's like a hair or something.
It's not a big deal. I don't need to fix it. And then
it happens after you get your hair cut or something. It's like a little piece of hair.
Terrible.
That is so annoying. But otherwise, I would say, sound is probably.
But it's like those two, right? Because it's like, and that led me to believe, or my next thought in the process there was, it's about things that you can't control.
Yes.
Because sound has a way, although smell does too. Sound really has a way of seeping into your space in a way that other things don't.
Absolutely.
Like, sound can come at you from all angles, and it's really hard to get away from all sounds.
Yes.
And so not having the control over that thing it could be, for me, is very annoying.
Right.
You know?
And when we talk about being annoyed, we are talking about being powerless against something that, while not fully terrible, it's like it's before it becomes abusive,
right?
Before it becomes traumatic,
and it's
just something you can't control.
Irritating.
It's irritating. Yeah, it's fucking up your sense of dominance over your experience.
Right.
Now, okay, so that's a really interesting way to start talking about being annoyed.
Mhm.
And then the flip side, of course, is what does it mean to annoy?
Right. I think it's to present these things to another person.
Right.
Like walk up to someone and start making noise
Yeah.
and just don't stop when they tell you to stop. Like they're going to get annoyed.
That's like Little
Pretty
Brother
much-
101.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
know, like you just walk up and go like, ah, la 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 la
did.
la
Yo,
la
that's
la.
horrible.
Are you annoyed yet?
So mad.
Because I could keep going and it would be worse.
It would be worse.
You know?
Exponentially. And in that way, it is like, in a way, it's like a people's power.
Wow.
You know?
Anybody can be annoying.
Anyone can be annoying.
Anybody can take that power for themselves.
This is I mean,
Not that you should.
I think you should. We're joking, but
Hmm.
this is what makes me interested in this concept. I think I started being interested in the idea of being annoying in college. I took a class on like forms of nonviolent resistance, and there's a book by this guy called Gene Sharp called Waging Nonviolent Struggle, and it's like a bunch of historical examples of times that people have pushed back against oppressive forces in an organized way, but in a way that doesn't use violence.
Right.
And he never used the term annoying, but he was describing these stories that were very much about being annoying. It would be like a story about like a whole city that like wouldn't stop singing the same song over and over until like the occupying soldiers like left because it was so awful, you know?
Wow.
And like I just think it's a very poorly understood power. We see it in characters like Bugs Bunny, who like strikes back by being super, driving whoever's bothering him literally insane.
Yeah, and he's almost always provoked, and he's like, okay, how I'm going to
if
retaliate
that's what it's going to be,
is I'll be annoying.
Yeah.
Right.
And some of those cartoons, it is violent, but some of them aren't. And those are the ones that are my favorite when he just annoys somebody to the point of madness.
Yeah.
It's a power.
Oh, totally.
And especially like as a little brother, like if you have no power in this world because you're like the tiny sibling and no one's paying attention to you.
Yeah.
Like you can annoy someone and you will get attention.
A reaction. You'll get
You'll
a
something,
reaction.
yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you have any thoughts on that?
I mean, it's like, yes, it is a power, but it's so hard for me to figure out the best ways to use that power for good.
Absolutely.
You know? Because
true, I would say, of all types of power.
right, absolutely. But it's like nobody likes being ignored or annoyed, rather. But yeah, I don't know. Like if you're doing it for a righteous cause, if you're annoying people for justice,
Sure. Right.
whatever that looks like.
Whatever that looks like.
Whatever like
I don't
peaceful
know.
protest or whatever is
Or
the
even
thing.
like you scale it down, like I've had a lot of experiences where, it's not until the second email that I get a response, which is a very small version of being annoying. It's like, okay, the first time I asked for something from whoever I was messaging, like, yeah, it wasn't important enough for them to stop what they were doing and like respond to me. But when I was persistent about it, they're like, okay, fine, I don't want to have to deal with this anymore.
Yeah.
Or I don't want to have to deal with this. Like I'm
Totally.
going to give this something so it can stop.
Dude, you know what I hate? But I don't really hate. Okay, I'm going to talk about my job for a quick
Please,
second.
yeah.
So I work customer service, right?
Right. Oh, God. You must have a lot to contribute to this podcast.
There's a lot. It is kind of true what they say, where the squeaky wheel gets the grease,
Right.
so to speak. Because while I try and help the customers out as much as I can, there's some times where I'll just be like, but if they push back, then I kind of have to be like, okay. If they just get annoying about it and keep emailing, eventually I'm probably just going to cave because it's easier.
That's what I'm saying. You want the problem to go away.
Right.
You want the noise, the squeaky thing to stop.
Exactly. So it's like...
I never thought about that with the squeaky wheel getting the grease. You want the squeak to stop.
Right. Yeah, it's the squeak that's annoying.
Turn off the squeak.
Yeah, stop what's being annoying.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, there is like persistence can be annoying, but it's also a way to get things done. It's a way to get what you want. And it's also most annoying for people in power. And for the most part, most people are not in power. So,
Sure, yeah.
So it is a sort of thing that a lot of us can benefit from. We're being like, okay, find ways to annoy the system in a way that benefits me.
Right.
Because even for my job, even though I work for that company, I don't lose money
Right.
if we give something out, if we
For free or
do whatever.
yeah.
Like I'll do what I can, but
Right.
like. So yeah, I think it is important to find ways that we, as people can be annoying in a way that doesn't really harm others, but also betters our lives,
Sure.
And I think that's totally a thing that you can do.
Well, let me throw this at you. I would say we all feel extremely pressured to not be annoying,
Right.
right? Like,
Totally.
you don't want to be annoying. You want to be polite. You want to avoid confrontation. You want to avoid being disliked.
Oh, yeah.
You want to be liked. You want to be accepted. You want to do things right.
And that's instilled young.
Oh my God. And constantly.
Yeah.
And at all times. And yet, paths to success are so very defined by being annoying and by being persistent.
Yeah.
Like the people who, I mean, it's very hard to scale any social media platforms at this point just because they're old enough and they figured out how to keep everybody fucked. But people who do are extremely annoying and extremely persistent, and like the stuff that they post is like very, you have to be very middle of the road and also extraordinarily repetitive. And I would say that the most annoying things are power systems. Like advertisements are so fucking annoying.
Oh my God. Oh my gosh.
There's nothing more annoying than fucking Geico.
Right.
Like, like we're told like, don't be annoying. Oh, don't bother people. Oh, be nice, stay in line. But like the most powerful things are the most, I can't tell you how many pieces of paper I've received from Rick Caruso.
Oh my God.
Like it's all over my yard.
Yeah.
He's so annoying
He's
because it
hella-
works.
Yeah. And repetition is annoying.
Yeah.
Like it just gets old so fast.
I have a theory. I'll just throw at you that I've been thinking about. I kind of feel like power is how much real estate you have in other people's minds.
Like influence.
Yeah. Like if you, I guess, it's that meme of like living rent free. But like if you are in somebody else's brain, if you've gotten in their head, that's power.
Oh, totally. I think that can veer into a whole other subject about, social media and stuff.
Totally.
And just about the craze of influencing, and yeah, everybody's looking for power and stuff like that. But yeah, it is much like, it's much easier to annoy when you're in a place of power. And so it's much more impactful if you're able to annoy out of when you're not in power, I guess.
Sure.
Because like, yeah, as you said, political ads in general, just like we're bombarded, and like, yeah, we do have a choice when we're like consuming media. Like we could just instead not consume media, and then we wouldn't see ads.
You kind of can't not consume media though. It's like when you pump your gas, they start playing you shit.
Totally. That's what I mean. I was going to go into like on my phone or computer, as opposed to like driving down the street where you need to be looking at the road and you are bombarded by ads.
Yeah,
and it's not like you can just like put on blinders.
No, you can't.
No, you're driving. You need to be seeing things. And so they're like, great, this is your brain space. Here you go. Yeah. Yeah, like it, and that's annoying. Like
It is annoying.
I don't need that energy.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to hear some of the sound effects that I loaded?
Oh yeah, that sounds great.
Speaking of sound being the most annoying thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so I tried to pick 4 complimentary sound effects that would be not annoying.
Okay.
Because obviously with sound effects, it's the first things that come up are like wah wah wah, or like
boing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I was like, we don't need that shit. So let's see what we got here. What's this?
Okay, for me, this is less annoying, more unsettling.
It's a little creepy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it loops if I don't turn it off, so I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna turn it off.
Yeah.
So that one I found to be soothing, but also ominous.
Mm.
Okay. Let's see what we got here. Okay, so this is a small crowd
This is
of
our
men and women
Live studio audience.
clapping politely. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Okay, it's gonna loop, so I'm gonna turn it off. And then next we have so again that loops until
Turn it off.
I turn it off. So that would be Sunrise with Ducks, version 2, parentheses, peacocks.
Oh yeah. Real quick. Something that's annoying.
Please.
When you're trying to record either video or audio off of like a phone or something,
Mhm.
and it just does not even translate a little bit like how you'd want it to. Like
Oh,
there's
yeah.
like ambient noise for the recording, or you're trying to take a picture of the sky and it just doesn't look anything like how it looks in real
Sure,
life.
yeah.
Hate that shit. It's very annoying. Anyway, moving on.
What annoys you is that technology is not more advanced,
I guess.
more accurately representing your
I
experience.
guess, yeah.
Yeah.
I
Do you feel that you struggle to communicate?
Without sound effects and the like? Yes, absolutely.
Do you feel seen?
Yeah, I was a scene kid.
And it's still in you.
Yeah, that's still, I still feel that within me. So
I feel that for you too.
thank you.
Yeah.
Good.
I feel that too.
Yeah.
I know what you mean about capturing media, and it's really frustrating with the phone when you see something, when you're having an old man moment and you see a beautiful
I'm like,
sunset,
oh, look at that.
and you want to
I just
look at
wanna
it
share
again on your
that
phone
with people. Yeah.
later.
Show off how fucking good my night was with this sunset.
Look at that sunset that God made you for just this one moment. Let's
For
put it in a
me.
box.
Yeah.
But I kind of think, like, I don't know, I've heard this idea expressed in a way, but like the limitations of our technology end up defining the age, and when you look back, like, you become nostalgic for those limitations.
Oh, totally.
So like the style, like home video cameras, when people first got them, they were like, oh, this looks really good.
Right.
And now we love them because it looks really bad.
Yep.
But we created like a love around that. And I'm sure that there were a lot of dads that were like, fuck, this doesn't look like the sunset. This doesn't look like my kid is all stretched.
Yeah.
Why are there lines on this? But now we seek out that aesthetic, and it means sentimentality for us.
Totally.
And 20, 30 years in the future, it's not going to mean sentimentality. It's going to mean like, look at those old people.
Yeah.
They still breathed air, whatever.
Fucking fogies.
Right. Yeah. But it's funny to think about like the way that selfies stretch your face weird, and the way that like voice memos sound, like that's going to come to define this time period.
Yeah, that's our history.
That's literally our
recorded
legacy.
history.
Yeah.
Totally.
That's what we brought to the table.
All right. So moving back to using being annoying as a form of power.
Sure. Yeah.
Do you have any examples of this, like for the general population, like other ones of like using, like, 'cause I know like for the nonviolent protesting sort of stuff, that was something I did years and years and years ago. I was part of like this one movement. I don't even remember what we were protesting. It was something.
Classic.
Yeah, right. But we just basically hung out in a park and just like sat in a circle and like meditated, right? And I guess that's not like the most annoying you can be, but we were still asked to leave,
Right.
like just for sitting in a circle in public and just being there,
Yeah.
meditating. That annoyed people, but like totally nonviolent. Like we're just hanging out.
Was it private property?
No,
I feel like it must have been.
no, we were circling a fountain,
Huh.
so maybe they needed to let people have access to that fountain.
Weird.
Yeah, it was weird. Yeah. but yeah, like I think it's definitely okay. Here's the thing. I guess what's your opinion on this? Have you been seeing I've been seeing a lot of videos about this recently. It's like there's like climate activists doing things like blocking off all lanes of traffic on
Sure.
freeways.
Okay. Yeah. Definitely.
Or like
Yeah.
all sorts of stuff like that that's being annoying, and it's with a good intention.
Yeah.
But maybe it's really annoying other people who are in the similar power position as these people doing the annoying, instead of annoying the people who really have the
Oh my gosh.
influence and power there.
Totally.
You know,
Yeah.
it's a tricky situation.
Yeah. Well, part of what's so fucked up about power is that it literally means safety and insulation. Like
Right.
power is you buying the ability to not be annoyed. So it is actually really hard to be annoying to powerful people because they are so insulated, they're so protected. And sometimes you need, like, I understand needing to inconvenience a lot of people to the point that a lot of people will
Pay attention.
will pressure the forces in power, like,
So that
as
this
a
stops
third party.
happening.
Yeah,
Okay.
being like, guys, fucking deal with this. Like, it's ruining everybody's lives.
Right. Sure.
And that one's a really tricky. Like,
Yeah, like how much are you actually impacting the fellow people
if
without
you're
power's
if
life?
you're
like,
gonna do a big scale annoyance
Mhm.
with a big objective, it literally is like warfare. Like, you are going to need a strategy.
Mhm.
You're really going to need to think through, like, what am I what am I trying to tear down here? Who am I trying to have on my side? Who am I willing to piss off? And be smart about it and, like, crunch the numbers.
Totally.
And I don't know if that's the case with shutting down lanes of the freeway. I will say that it's a fast way to get in the press.
True.
It's a fast way to get people talking about your issue, and it is hard to get people to talk about an issue. Like, again, the internet's totally broken. You can't get the word out about shit.
Fucking the 24-hour news cycle has came and left. We are in the fucking like 6-hour news block.
Yeah.
Like, it's just things are in one ear and out the other so fast now.
It's like that cartoon of, like, a little fish gets eaten by a bigger fish, gets eaten by it's just like people having hot takes on an issue, and then there's like an ultimate one, and then everyone moves
and it just
on.
collapses and
And it's
something
like, okay,
else.
we ate this up.
Yeah. We did all the stuff. Next one. Next piece of
Give me
content.
another one.
Yeah. Honestly. That noise. People chewing. Where do you stand on that? Because I know so many people that are so annoyed by the sound of people chewing, and it really doesn't annoy me.
I'll be honest with you, it's like some chewers.
I guess, yeah.
For me,
I
like,
could see
some
that.
chewers, it's like not a big deal, and with other chewers, I'm like, oh my god, you had better stop. You'd better stop, or I'm gonna murder myself.
Yeah, I understand. I have been around one or two people that chew in that way, but for
Some
the most
people,
part,
like, fully open mouth chew.
I don't even mind that. I'm weird, I think.
That's so nice of you.
Yeah, no, honestly, for me, it's calming. I think, like, some sort of
What?
primal part of my brain is like, people are eating, things are okay. It's just like, there's not danger, we're eating.
Oh.
I don't
I
know.
have a thought about that I won't say on the air.
Oh boy, tell me later.
Mm-hmm.
Not for the listeners at home. No, we'll probably mention it next time.
No, I'll just say it right here. I'll just say it right here.
Oh.
What our mom would often do bad behavior,
Mm.
and then later be like, I hadn't eaten.
Oh shit.
Mm.
I wonder. It's possible. Could be a
Like,
correlation.
oh, I'm so sorry, guys. I was being terrible. I was just hungry. I don't know. Could be.
Could be.
We're siblings.
Yeah, we're siblings.
It's nice.
I don't know if you can tell, we are related.
We're related.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've been annoying together for a very long time.
We've done some annoying of each other, and we've done some annoying as a team.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, we have.
Now, what else annoys you?
Yeah, it's mostly, annoys it's almost always, usually,
Yeah.
sometimes, inconveniences. It's
Yeah.
things that make my life a little bit more difficult without drastically altering it.
Oh, this is interesting. So this is like a non-human annoyance.
Yeah. So that's the thing, is that, like, annoyances can come from the world or they can come from people.
Yeah.
And people who are annoying you, again, it's usually like sounds. It can be non-tangible things like me being late today.
Yeah.
I imagine could have annoyed you.
That wasn't annoying to me.
Lovely.
I
But
made
it
the
can
theme
be.
song, but it
That
could
sort
have
of a
been.
thing can
Sure,
be
yeah.
fucking so annoying when people don't keep plans or whatever like
Yeah.
that, or are late to things when you actually have deadlines. Anything like that that's not tangible, but it has an impact on you, and it's annoying.
Yeah.
Inconveniences. And then there is the world annoying you, where it's like, I stubbed my toe.
Right.
Hate that.
Yeah.
Or
awful.
it's like, oh, I missed my alarm. And
Yeah.
it's just like things that inconvenience my life a little bit.
Yeah.
They don't ruin my day, but they do put me into a slightly sour mood. And I'm just like, I'm annoyed,
Yeah.
you know? So it's that fine line of something that like won't make me like actually frustrated or angry,
Yeah.
but something that does get on my nerves, you know?
Yeah, it's like it changes the color tint on the rest of your day.
Yeah.
Like it just slightly alters the image.
Totally.
I have a couple thoughts on that.
Mm-hmm.
One, like, does it make it like, okay, so the example of someone being late to pick you up, and I'll take it away from you being
Sure.
you picking me up, because that didn't actually annoy me. But like, let's say someone was going to pick you up and they're half an hour late,
Mm-hmm.
and it's because they fucked up and they didn't budget their time, and you know them to be a person who is flaky in this way or whatever, and like it's their fault, and you
Sure.
can blame it on them.
Sure.
That is one type of experience, versus someone who's half an hour late because there was a car pileup that was out of their control.
Totally.
In both cases, you're 30 minutes late. And I just wonder about like the difference in, is it better or worse to like be able, like I feel like it's worse to blame a person.
I think so, because in those two scenarios, one is person blame, one is world blame.
Yeah.
One is, oh, my friend didn't budget their time. Come on, dude. The other one is, we couldn't have foreseen this.
Yeah.
Oh, world,
And I guess I wonder if I was the person I want to be, would I experience both scenarios the same, like with the same amount of serenity? Because I know that I'm very prone to like figure out who's at fault. If a little thing goes wrong, I find someone to blame right away.
Oh, totally. Makes it
I'm like,
it
who
makes it make sense.
Who fucked it up for me?
Yeah.
Who did this?
Totally.
It happens. I have roommates, and it happens all the time. There's like, my big one right now is kitchen scissors. I bought a pair of scissors for the kitchen so I can open fucking containers, because you don't open containers with a knife. It makes the knife dull and it's unsafe.
Yeah.
And you can't control the angle of the cut. It's just
You want scissors
you
for
use
that.
Scissors, so I bought some
Just
scissors.
use the scissors.
And the scissors went missing. And I texted everyone about it. Nobody fessed up.
That's fucked up.
And then a roommate put some other, like he was like, well, I'll put my personal scissors in. I'm like, that's not the fucking problem, because sometimes you're going to take them away. The point is
Right.
I want scissors. And so like, now every time I need to open a package and I open the drawer and there aren't scissors, it's like I'm more angry every time. Every time
absolutely.
I'm more angry.
Yep. No, that wound doesn't heal. That wound keeps getting worse because it keeps being a problem.
Yeah.
The problem isn't fixed.
The problem, and I feel more insulted every time.
Oh, yeah. Totally. And it's like also a little bit powerless, because it's like, what are you going to do? Buy another pair of scissors? They're going to go missing.
Exactly.
Like, fuck
Yeah.
that. Oh my God. Roommates. I love the people I live with. I really do. They're like family.
Yeah.
Living with people is annoying.
It's really annoying.
That's how it is.
Yep.
Like, it doesn't matter how much you like them. Sharing space is annoying.
So this is what I'm trying to get at with the car metaphor thing. I think things are more annoying if you can impose another human's narrative onto it. If you can imagine what the other person's thought process is, because then it's not just circumstance. It's not like an animal did something and they didn't know any better.
Right.
You're like, why didn't this motherfucker buy more toilet paper so that we're not all out of toilet paper? You're putting a narrative on it, and you're putting a judgment on it, and you're thinking about what's going through their head and how it's like rude or less than you or disrespectful or whatever, in a way that you wouldn't do for anything that wasn't a human.
No. Yeah.
That's interesting. So I guess what I'm saying is humans are the most annoying animal.
We're far and away the most annoying.
The most annoying. It's our specialty.
No, I give it to mosquitoes. We're second.
Oof.
We're second.
Yeah, I can't fight you on that one.
One mosquito in my room at fucking midnight when
Sure,
I am
yeah.
trying to go to sleep.
That's the worst.
That is that's number one.
That beats it all.
Oh my God. I have gone insane trying to find that one little buzzy fucker as I am trying to sleep.
That's true.
I go full ape man, just like holding like a shirt, just like flailing around in the dark in my room, just like, you die now. Oh my God.
No, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. I can't argue with that.
Humans got that close second though. We do some
Close
pretty
second.
awful shit.
Yeah. But when you're with a mosquito, I almost feel like I impose a human narrative on the mosquito.
Oh, he's
I'm
doing
like,
it. He's doing it
"You
to me.
little fucker.
Yeah, no, he's doing
You
it to me.
Piece of shit. I'm not thinking like this is a bug with an extremely tiny brain that is programmed to do this thing.
No.
I'm not thinking about it with
No,
any
no,
rationale.
it's personal.
I'm like, this is a man.
This is an attack on me as a person.
This is a dude who's doing this. This is a little person,
Yeah, no, absolutely.
and they're gonna die. I'm gonna kill them.
I'm going to end them.
They're dead. Yeah. I think when things annoy me a lot that are not humans, I impose what's it called? Anthropomorphize them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally. It's easier. You know, that's something I know how to deal with is
Yeah.
other humans, kind of.
Because then there's the hope that we can work it out.
Yeah.
Then there's the hope that we can like find justice
Totally.
for what's going on.
Yeah.
Because justice is completely man-made.
Oh yeah.
Big
Yeah.
old human invention.
Yeah. No justice in the universe. That's pretty annoying.
Very annoying. Very annoying.
No, it's a bit more than a minor inconvenience. Anyway.
Although I will say I was having this to get super deep. I was having this conversation with Bobby last night, and I don't know. I feel like death is justice.
Oh shit.
I feel like the fact that everyone has to die is extremely fair and beautiful.
Question of the day for the folks at home. Is it annoying that we're getting deep here? Let us know in the comments down below. That makes sense, though. It does. It is justice, and it's also annoying.
Yeah.
That's the most inconvenient fact.
Yeah.
Is that I'm going to die one
Yeah, and
day.
it can't do shit.
You can't stop
You can't
that.
do shit. Yeah.
Like, that's
It's the ultimate lack of control.
it's so annoying.
Yeah.
Nothing you can do about
And it
that.
buzzes just out of reach.
It's
This,
just like,
this
oh,
fact.
just so you know,
right when you're
up
trying
here,
to fall asleep. It's
yeah.
like bzzz,
gonna die.
bzzz.
Mosquito fucker, I'll end you. But I can't. Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty frustrating. No
Yeah.
lie. One of the few things you just will never have any control over.
Yeah.
That's annoying.
We were talking about it in the context of the Purdue guy, the guy who invented OxyContin, who distributed it, that like company, that family.
Yeah.
Bobby was like, it's unfair that guy can just die, and then he's like,
Yeah.
he's free
Yeah.
of his crimes and all of the people that he killed and all the lives that he wrecked. And I was like, yeah, but like it's also he can't not die. The same thing will happen to him that happened to all of the people that he killed. Like he also will die.
Yeah, he's just gonna die.
Everybody goes back to dust.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's fair.
It is fair.
You can do as much annoying shit as you want, as long as you can.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
That's literally the only guarantee. As long as you can, you can.
Yeah.
And then you will be stopped.
And then you're done.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Oh, I had a thought and it went missing.
Sorry.
No. It'll come back. Just buzzing around, just out of reach.
Do you need some music?
Yeah. Play me in. God damn it. God, not.
Did you remember it yet?
No.
It'll loop.
Fuck. Fuck. Yes, I did. I did remember it. Oh my god. Turn
I don't
it off.
believe you.
No, I did.
You really did?
It's funny because it ties in directly to this, where being annoying when taken to the extreme is a form of torture.
Yes.
With Chinese water
Yes.
torture.
actually other forms of torture. Literally, the repetitive playing of music.
The repetitive playing of music.
It
Drives people insane.
Yeah.
They'll just like blast them with
It's
lights.
a CIA
too.
tactic.
Yeah, it's usually lights as well for just
psyop.
total stimulation.
Really scary shit.
Fucking terrifying.
Really scary shit. Yeah, that's why I was saying I feel like annoyance is just right up to abuse.
Yeah,
You
totally.
know,
Because
it's not annoying once it reaches abuse. Then it's violence.
yeah, but it's using the same tactic
Yep.
just to the extreme.
Yep. It's I'm not touching you. I'm not touching you. I'm not touching you, and not touching you.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Then when you're touching someone,
It's
that's
like I'm not
that's
touching
violating.
you. I'm not touching you, and then poking them with a cattle prod.
Well, that would be the abuse.
Yeah,
Then it becomes-
exactly.
yeah,
That's the turning point.
Totally. Yeah.
Oh god.
That's a good
yeah.
definition.
Yeah.
I'm happy with that.
Yeah.
But yeah. Oh fuck! Did you watch Waco?
Waco.
There's a series on Netflix. It came out in 2020, and it was about that cult in Waco, Texas. It's so fucked up. It's like the cult was fucked up, and there was child sexual abuse going on in the cult.
Yikes.
But what the FBI did was so much worse.
No, yeah.
They they locked everybody in there and like tear gassed them and killed everybody, like including a ton of children and families. And the series is just so fucked up. But they had them hostage in there for like weeks and weeks, and they were just blasting music at them and blaring lights at them, and they wouldn't give them any food or electricity. It was
like that's just literal
fucking
torture.
scary. Yeah, but somehow the lights and the music was the worst part.
Yeah.
The fact that they couldn't sleep
Mm-hmm.
and they were just being blasted with, like, that was the worst part of it.
Yep. Totally. 'Cause that's just
Really, really scary.
basic human shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, it's so crazy to think that you take those tactics that can seem so like
Yeah.
innocuous, and it's just like these annoying things,
Right.
and just take them to the extreme, and suddenly it's the people in power using these
Right.
tactics
Yeah.
back against the people not in power.
Suddenly it's little brother's turn.
Wait.
Suddenly little brother is big brother.
Oh shit.
So, but we're coming from the little brother angle.
Right.
And those are, I guess, the two types of being annoying. Is that there's little brother annoying and there's big brother annoying.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just punching up or down.
Yeah. And it's just like comedy. Like it's not cool if you're punching down.
Right. Yeah.
You're just being an asshole.
Being an asshole. Yeah.
Like, that's what it comes down to. It's only
Yeah.
funny if you're doing it from
If you're fighting for justice, if it's about a lack.
right. If you're
because-
doing it to take power instead of
Yeah.
using it to impose the power you already have.
Because being annoying is about taking back power and removing power from somebody else. So if you have more power than the person you're annoying, that's just bullying.
Totally. Yeah. Because most of the time, if I think annoying, I'm thinking like it's a kid doing something.
Right.
Not like, but
Yeah.
that's definitely not like the only people that can be annoying, but
Sure.
my brain immediately goes to children.
Yes.
Because those are people without very much power other than annoying people.
Yeah.
Like they're not physically big.
Yeah.
They're not emotionally or mentally that developed.
Yeah.
You know, so they can't really work through situations in ways other than, finding ways to get what they want, usually through annoying. It's like babies cry for everything.
Right.
You know,
Super annoying.
And that's
Oh my
super
God.
annoying, and you figure out what it is the fuck that they need so that they
Yeah.
stop doing that.
Yeah.
And so it's and so like, adults can be that way too. Some people just never grow out of that. They realize this works.
Yep. And it does.
And it does.
And it does. is the
Squeaky
thing.
wheel.
Ooh, it does. Yeah. And I'm saying, to any of our listeners who, maybe are low income or who feel like out of control in your life or whatever, like I think that this is I think this is something that can be ethically and usefully explored, because I think that we are, especially people with less money, really shamed out of being annoying.
Totally.
Like, when you grow up, you grow out of those habits, and you carry around a lot of shame around being annoying, and being annoying can lead you to resources and survival, and I just think it's worth exploring.
Totally. Tying back to something I mentioned earlier about persistence being
Yeah.
annoying.
Yeah.
That thought is actually so harmful. Like you should be persistent for the things that you want.
Yeah.
You know, like who cares if it's annoying? Like do what you need to do. Like if you think you deserve a raise, constantly bring that up with whoever's employing you. Be annoying about it.
Yeah.
But it's also not like that. Again, you're as the person not with the power. It's not annoying. You got to reframe it to just persistence.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's
or you know, through this podcast, we try to take back that term.
Totally. That's the thing. It has this weird double meaning.
Yeah.
It's like I saw something online probably actually a long time ago, but it was just like the problem with respect. The word respect is that some people use it to mean treat me as an authority, and some people use it to mean treat me as a human.
As a human.
And it's like annoying and persistence is kind of the same thing, where it's like you can call what I'm doing annoying
as a put down.
Yeah. Instead of like I don't know. It's just like
that's a lot of what I want to explore with this podcast is like making it a neutral term.
Mm-hmm.
A neutral term that has everything to do with the circumstance.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
At least for me to use it that way. And I noticed that I use it in an apologetic way sometimes when I'm being persistent. I'll be like, sorry, I'm being annoying here.
Right.
Or like, not to be annoying, but
right.
Here I am being really annoying.
Totally.
And that's like a Band-Aid of me being like, ha ha ha, silly me asking for what I want.
Yep. Preach.
But like, what if we thought of it as cool? What if we thought of it as funny?
Yeah. And like persistence should be cool. Like go after what you believe in.
It's that twisted thing where like, I know this has been talked about to death, but like there's this really toxic idea around ambition, that it's like bad, but also you have to have like, weirdly, you're super shamed out of trying to jump classes by saying that like ambition is untrustworthy, or ambition is like, you know, all those movies about dads that have to go to work instead of spending Christmas with their kid. It's like, well, maybe he has to. Yeah. Like, you know, like, this isn't a fair place with a good social safety net. Like,
right.
Ambition should not be shamed, but people do feel really ashamed about being upfront about their hustle or their motives in a situation. Like you're supposed, especially in LA, like you're supposed to play it really cool and not need anything, even though everybody knows
no, it's like the most expensive place to live ever.
Yeah, and you're not supposed to talk about that. And like, I think we just have like a super toxic relationship with the idea of persistence and the idea of trying. Trying is uncool. Like being cool is not caring. Being cool is being effortless.
Right.
And that's just
it's
not an option
effortless,
for everyone.
But also succeeding with flying colors.
Totally. Yeah. Being like, whoops, I tripped and I fell into all this money.
Right. And it's like, that's not cool. That just happened to you.
I mean, it is cool. That is what we think is cool.
Sure.
But maybe that's not a good thing.
Yeah.
You know, maybe that's lame.
It's kind of annoying.
It is super annoying.
For somebody who doesn't have that?
Yeah.
That's pretty annoying.
Super annoying. It makes me feel very powerless.
Yeah.
And I am bombarded with it. It's true.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think it should be more cool to be persistent. Maybe I shouldn't use the word cool because it's like that's not what that word means.
Yeah,
but it
so
should
subjective.
be more like awesome is such a white person word. Like more
tubular.
Somehow worse.
That's way worse.
I think it should be more tubular. to be persistent, to be annoying. And that we should celebrate. It's weird because we love an underdog story, but we only love it after they've won. We hate an underdog story in the middle. We don't want to see someone trying really hard. We want to hear about how they tried really hard and now they're on top. You know, because we don't want to tie ourselves to a sinking ship. And
totally. It's because you don't believe it.
It's because you don't want to get dragged down by losers because it is such a competitive and awful environment. You only want to tie yourself to people who are succeeding effortlessly because they secretly have all of these resources. Mm-hmm. And that's what nobody wants to talk about. Like we talk about everything on social media except money. We talk about what we ate that day. We talk about fashion. We talk about dating. We talk about fucking everything. We don't talk about how we make our money, what we have in the bank. If we're scared about a week from now or a year from now, nobody says a thing about this because we know that if people know how much we have, they will either abandon us because we don't have enough, or they'll bother us because they want some.
Right. It's so weird. And like money is like the biggest power annoyance. Like,
Absolutely.
so like such a social divider. Just
Yep.
like, yeah.
And then we would know who to annoy. Like if people, were honest about how much money they had.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do it myself, and I'm someone who grew up super low income, and I should be the most like empathetic and cares about people with low means. But if I know that somebody is struggling, a part of me fucks with them less. And that's just me being brutally honest. And it's because I am trying to go towards resources and I'm trying to go towards safety.
Totally. You're trying to find the fucking safety net.
It's
You're trying
fucked
to,
up.
It's fucked up, but it's survival. Like, it's
Yeah.
not like you can really do anything else.
Yeah.
Like when that's when that's how you're going to be making sure there's a roof over your head or
Yeah.
food on the table, like you're just going to do what you have to do to survive.
Yeah.
And that's pretty fucking inconveniencing. That's pretty annoying.
Yeah. It's complicated in entertainment or like in scenes too, because like value isn't directly correlated with money, but it is directly correlated with resources. And sometimes those resources are like clout or like association. And those things can be valued almost the same as you would value money. Like it is tied up with money, but it's not the same. But everyone is trying to sniff out like who has what.
Yeah.
Like who has something for me, and like how do I latch? I don't know how this,
Dude, it's the fucking, it's the hustle. That hustle culture is so fucking annoying.
Yeah.
It's so annoying. It's literally like, oh, you have something you like, you need to make money off it.
Yeah.
Go make money off of this thing that you like instead of just enjoying it.
Right.
You know why? Because you have to. Because you are not making enough money
Right, 'cause
to
there's just not
survive.
any money.
Yeah. So do it.
Yeah.
And I guess that's more frustrating than annoying. That is a level up from annoying,
Sure.
where it like actually, where that does ruin my day.
Yeah.
You know,
It is abusive.
remembering that like that. Oh yeah, that is abuse.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, that it's annoyingness taken to the next level.
Sure. Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have a full thought. I don't have a full idea about how these things connect for me in terms of the idea of being annoying, but I guess I don't know, when people annoy, I guess just the human thing that I have to say about this is that when people annoy me, I don't have anything. You know, I once in a while I have like a little bit of perceived clout,
Sure.
but I don't have anything. And when people bother me because they think that I have something, I find that to be very annoying.
Oh,
but
sure.
that is punching up. Like somebody, someone hitting me up and asking me like to be associated with their thing or whatever because they perceive that somehow I'm going to transfer like clout or turnout to their event or value to their project or whatever. Like it's flattering on one hand, but I'm like, dude, I don't have anything. Like it's not going to work.
Yeah, it's
and
not.
then you're just going to make me look lame by association.
Right.
Like this isn't good for either of us. I don't like come back when I have more, but also don't, because I don't know you that well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Come back if you get a lot more.
Okay. Yeah. I guess what I'm trying to say is like,
Like if the tables turn.
you have to make it look like you have a lot more than you have.
Mm-hmm.
And then people are going to come for what they think you have.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, well, I don't even have it.
Yeah,
Stop
it's-
tearing me down. I don't
Yeah,
even have
hold
it.
on, this is a facade.
This is made up.
This is, yeah. Why was I trying to make you think this again? Shit.
Like, yeah, once in a while I'll run into somebody and they'll be like, congratulations. And I'm like, what are you talking
On
about?
what?
And they're like, the release. And I'm like, of what? Like, what? They're like, you're doing really well. And I'm like, which thing made you think that so I can do it more? Like,
Yeah.
what are you talking about?
Show me the specific post, actually.
Please show me how you got this idea. Who was talking about me? In what context? What did they say?
Yeah. Seriously.
so that I can do this more. But also don't hit me up for anything, please.
No, because that's annoying.
Yeah, it's really annoying. Yeah.
What time are we at? 1:40? Okay.
All right, we better wrap it up.
Yeah, we should probably start rapping. But I'd say this was a pretty good first episode.
You'd like to start rapping, wouldn't you?
Yo,
Oh, yeah.
I'm rapping on the mic. I'm here. I didn't come on a
do the,
trike. I came in a car.
beatbox
I
part.
drove.
Boom, pop. Boom, boom, pop.
What rhymes with
boom,
drove?
pop. Boom, boom, pop.
I'm not a good
Boom, pop.
freestyler.
I like this rug.
I
It was
imagine
woven.
This is pretty annoying, so we're doing good.
I went to the bakery, got a loaf of some loaves.
All right. I think we're going to call it an episode. Yeah. Play us off. Play us. God damn it. Anything else? Why is this the fucking thing? It's not a scary show.
It's not a scary sound. It's nice.
All right. Tell us in the comments below, what emotion does this sound make you feel? Because me, I feel like there's a scary John Wayne Gacy type behind me.
It reminds me of my grandmother's home. She's alive and she's nice.
She is alive and nice.
Yeah,
She's good.
it's not creepy. Yeah, thanks so much for listening in, and it's been great to do the first episode of Annoy Pod with you, Eamon. Thank
It
you.
has been wonderful to be here. Thank you for having me. And yeah, we'll see you guys next week.
Yeah, leave a comment. Let us know if you like this, if you think we should do more, and if you'd like to see any guests, drop their names in the comment as well. Yeah.
Tell us the most annoying part. Any other things that you guys think are annoying that you'd like us to talk
Yeah,
about. We're
anything
happy
you'd like
to.
us to discuss. Yeah.
Otherwise, we'll just keep coming on here and being annoying ourselves,
Yeah.
which we're good at.
Which we're very
So
that would be fine also.
we won't run out of material, but we're happy to take suggestions.
No, but we have run out of time, so
Yeah.
yeah.
Wonderful.
Thanks for tuning in.
Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah. Annoy Pod is recorded at Public Displays of Altadena. Our theme music is by me, Ember Knight. This cover of Blackbird by the Beatles is recorded by me, Eamon Shea, and Dominic Gessel. And the podcast is hosted by me and Eamon. Thanks for listening.
Wait, before you stop it, like we can cut it there pretty easily, but do you want to do just like a little post show, not about anything, just like a hey, you and me talking?
Recording?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
just like not having to do with whatever we were just talking about.
What
But
do you
just like-
what do you want to talk about?
I don't know. You see any good movies recently?
I saw Triangle of Sadness.
That's was it good?
Yeah,
I haven't heard about that.
Oh, you haven't?
No.
Oh, okay. It's kind of fuck the rich porn.
Cool. That always works for me.
Yeah, it's like whatever's in the vein of like Parasite and White Lotus. I found it to be less insightful than those. Honestly, White Lotus is my favorite thing in that genre right now.
I need to watch that. I've heard it's really good.
Yeah, it's so fucking good, and the new
Mhm.
one's coming out or it's out now.
Mm.
But yeah, Triangle of Sadness is about a cruise ship, and it's just everything goes wrong for the rich people.
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds great.
So it was like not very insightful and not very enlightening, but,
But
it was,
still a
it was
good
very
watch.
fun. It
Yeah.
was funny.
Cool.
Yeah. How about you?
Not really. It's a lot of Marvel over at my house.
I'm so sorry to hear.
Me too, dude. I tune out. I don't really watch.
Marvel is a true punching down.
It's oh my god, it's so annoying, dude. In the fucking most recent Thor movie, they had a child army for a scene.
What?
Thor imbued them all with like magic so that they could fight. But he was like rescuing a group of kids and like made them all Thors, but like he still had a child army.
Did they have guns?
No, they had like axes and shit.
That's a little better.
It's a little bit better. Like it wasn't literal, like,
Yeah.
but
that's not
I
great
mean,
though.
considering I fucking read books about like actual child armies in middle school, that shit
Yeah.
fucked me up.
That's not chill.
Like, not cool, man.
No. It's so awesome in middle school when they're like, "Hi, yeah, you just went through puberty. Here's a book about
the
the
fucking
Holocaust.
worst things you can
Here's
imagine.
the most horrible things
You're
in the
emotionally
possible
unstable
world.
already. Let me
Yeah.
tell you just the worst
Great time
shit
for
ever.
this. Great time for this.
You're gonna absorb this really
It's
well.
just like, why? They're not like, here's how you should process this information.
They're just like,
They're just
read
like,
this.
here's a bunch of information. Fuck
Here's
yourself.
a fucking novel
Yeah.
about it.
You're
Enjoy.
like, why are kids cutting themselves?
Why-
Why are they sad?
What's wrong with kids these
Yeah,
days?
they seem bummed. They're
Do
into
they-
fucked up shit. Or what are they coping with? What information could they be coping with?
Oh my god.
They're like, here's Catcher in the Rye and Night. Fuck you.
fucking. Oh my
Go
god.
fuck yourself.
Ethan Frome.
Oh, fuck Ethan.
Kill me,
Frome.
dude. I hated
I
that book
hate that
so
fucking
much.
book.
That book made me depressed in high school
Oh
for
my
like
God.
3 months.
Oh my
like
God.
I just
I'm still afraid of it.
ugh,
I can't really explain why, but I'm afraid of
It's
the
so
book Ethan Frome.
fucking bleak. It's
Yeah.
so awful.
Oh.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's crazy you say that. I think about that book like maybe once a month.
It's the worst. It's like the worst thing that I've ever been made to read.
so awful.
Like Night was hard to read.
Ethan
Absolutely.
Frome is worse.
Ethan Frome is just worse.
It's so
just
bad.
worse. Oh my god.
it's so like possible.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like, oh, this could just be a real story,
Yeah,
and
this
it's
could just
so
happen to
sad.
you, yeah.
Holy shit, dude.
Yeah.
Um,
All right, we should wrap up because
we should wrap up. I'll wrap up on a joke.
oh, thank you,
I just need to think of one.
motherfucker.
How many elephants
No.
fit in a Mini Cooper?
How many elephants?
4. 2 in the front and 2 in the back.
What happened to the fifth one in the glove compartment?
Oh, how would you fit an elephant in a glove compartment? Amber?
Okay,
That doesn't
very
make
funny.
any sense.
Thanks for
Wait,
tuning
wait,
in.
Ember.
No, we're done. See you next week.
See you next time.
See you next week. Okay. How did he say to turn it off?